Hey YouTube. Okay, this is a kind of a lo-fi video today, and going to be doing some work to my Squire Mustang HH. And as you can see, I already put a new pick guard on here. I did video on that, but for some reason it disappeared. I have no idea why, but it's not on my cloud. I can't find it. So if you don't remember from before, it had a white pick guard. And it's, you know, basically it was all white. I had the Alpine white model, but I got this pickguard on reverb.com. I'll post a link down below. These things are great. I mean, just changing that one thing, just, you know, it added so much to the visual presentation of this guitar. It looks amazing with that on there, but I'm actually not done with the visual stuff yet, but I'm still waiting on some parts. So I'm going to continue making this video as the parts come in. But what I'm going to be doing today is actually lowering the action a little bit on the nut. Because it is a little bit high up here. It's not terrible, but I think it could be a little bit better. It still doesn't feel quite as low as it does on my Les Paul. Upper neck area is fine. Saddles and the bridge I think are all good, so I'm just going to be working on this today, which haven't done in many years. So I just got a toolkit here from Amazon as well, and that was a good deal on that. I'll post a link to that down below. And this has everything I need, I think. Measuring tools, files, all that good stuff, string winder, string cutters, everything like that. And I'm debating if I should put 10s on here. Right now it has 9-gauge strings, and I have a set of 10s. But, I don't know, I'm kind of happy with the 9s. They're really easy to play. So I might just leave it with 9s, and that's what it came with from the factory, so I think I just answered my question there. But anyway, I'm going to work on the nut, and in the future, a couple of other things that are going to change. I have 2 new pickups coming, and they are going to be Alnico 5 white humbuckers instead of black, and then I'm changing my switch tip to white, and then I have some white knobs coming as well. So basically it's going to be all white and blue once I get done with it. But right now, just the nut. So let me see what I can do here. Alright, so the guide that I'm using actually to do this, because I really don't know what I'm doing, is this guide called How to Set Up Your Guitar Like a Pro. And I'm just using it, or I'm reading it on my Amazon Kindle, and I ordered it from Amazon. It was only like $4.99, and it's got some really good information in it. So I'm just going to do my best to follow the instructions in this guide and use the tools that I have. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is actually determine the fret height of the guitar. Ew, this thing is oily. Okay, so let's see if I can determine the height of my fret. Okay, it looks like it's a little higher than... What is that? 35 millimeter, or 0.35 inches. 88 millimeters, so it's thicker than that. Okay, so I've determined my fret height to be around 0.042 inches. Alright, since I know the fret height now of this guitar, what I need to do is actually add 0.025 to 0.030 inches to that number, which was around 0.042. So I need to add that amount to the number I had. Sorry, I need to add the 0.025 or 0.030 to the number of my fret, and that will determine how much or where the nut should be filed down to. Is that even making sense? It's making sense in my brain. Hopefully it's making sense to you. But that'll help me know how much I need to file the nut down. So let me loosen some strings here. And it's really only on the lower strings. I guess all of it could probably be adjusted. So I loosen my strings so I can move them off the nut. Okay, so I'm going to start with my low E. Alright, so what did I say? 42 plus I'm not sure that my measurement tools are really ideal here, but I should be able to get the job done, I hope. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to use this setup right here. Find the appropriate file. Now I have a few different files here. I don't know if these are the files that I use, or if these are the files that I use. Take a look at these. That one's way too thick. These look like strings to me, so I'm gonna assume these are the right ones. Let's see. Okay, too big. Too big. These don't have any numbers on them, which is unfortunate. That one's slightly big. I think one more down. Okay, that one looks about right. Yeah, okay. So you want to try to file, at least from what I read, at an angle towards where the string should go into the tuning peg. So let's just file a little bit. Is this even filing? Does not look like it's doing much. Way too big. These files here are just huge. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's just going to take a little time with this thing, because this really doesn't do much filing, but I guess it's better safe than sorry. Okay, yeah, it's working. Let's take a look at that. Definitely seems a little lower. I think I could probably go lower than that still. Yeah, it's definitely the lower strings where most of the issue is. I'm going to just file that down just a little bit more. A guide under there. This way you don't go too far, giving you really bad fret buzz. And these files go very, very slowly. Okay, let's try that. Oops. Ah, there we go. That looks much better. Oh yeah. That is good. Okay, so let's see. I think the A string is also kind of high. So let's file that one a bit. You don't want to use too big of a, you don't want to use the wrong size because that'll mess up your guitar. My voice sounds like Sonny Crockett right now. Well, the file for the A string seems much sharper than the one for the low E, so that actually went a lot faster. Let's tighten that up. Let's see where we're at. Better. Okay. Now, let's just move on down and keep doing the rest. I'm gonna get everything nice and easy to play. Okay, so I finished the nut filing, and I actually went through and where'd it go? There's these little tools here. Basically, this tool allows you to measure the correct curvature of the strings, and I used this tool and adjusted my saddles again just to make sure I was all set up right. These Mustangs, these Squire Mustangs, well, the new ones, the new HH Mustangs have a 12-inch radius neck, which means that it's not like a huge amount of curve. It's a pretty flat neck. Of course, not the flattest neck that you could get, but it's still pretty flat. This allows me to adjust all my individual saddles to make sure that I'm getting the appropriate curvature along the neck. Another thing too is you want to make sure that when you're adjusting the saddles that they're not, like one side isn't down more than the other side, because what can happen then is like these little individual adjustments will start to come loose if that's the case. So make sure the saddle itself is flat, but you want the curvature to be even with the curvature of the neck. If it's not, then you'll start to run into fret buzz problems, or when you start to bend strings, you'll get you know, choking notes and stuff like that. But right now, I think I got it all really good, and it feels actually amazing right now. I just need to tune it up, and I want to double check the intonation one more time. I did it once, but I think I could just check it again to make sure that it's all good. But yeah, it's feeling great. Really happy with this guitar. All right, so for adjusting intonation, at least on these Mustangs, I mean, the concept is pretty much the same on every guitar. What you need to do is first hold the guitar in like a position that you're playing it, so the neck isn't getting any weird pressure on it or anything like that. You need a digital tuner, or a tuner, any tuner really. The better the tuner, the better results you're going to have. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good tuner, except for apps and this Pock Rock thing, but it works. So, but what you're going to need to do is first tune the string. Make sure it's in tune. Okay. And then you're going to hit the harmonic of the string, which is on the 12th fret, and they should match. And it looks like my does. The low E could, maybe it's slightly flat. So, okay, if you're flat, you want to move the saddle towards the neck. And if you're sharp, you want to move it away from the neck. So just do very small adjustments. I'm going to go towards the neck. Just loosen it tiny, tiny bit. Tune again. All right, let's check the harmonic. Perfect. And then you just repeat the process on every string. Okay, now everything was pretty much perfect on this guitar already because I adjusted it before. The only one that was a little bit off was the low E. And maybe that's just because I didn't get it perfect the first time. But yeah, it feels really, really nice now. I mean, it didn't feel bad, you know, like from the factory. But it didn't feel as good as my other guitar. So I just wanted to make it feel pretty much the same as my other guitar. And now it pretty much does. Alright, well that is part 1 of modding my Squire Mustang HH, and as I get the new parts, I'll keep you guys updated.